Hello, I'm Wendy Peters and I'm going to be starring in Big the Musical at the Dominion Theatre in September. Now, Big is also supporting the wonderful Make-A-Wish Foundation, and today we have here with us Nikki, who's here from Make-A-Wish. Hello Nikki, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Are you?
Good, good, really well. Can you tell me a little bit about Make-A-Wish and how it's so important to you?
I can indeed. So Make-A-Wish are a charitable organisation. We're a wish granting organisation, and we grant wishes to children with critical illnesses. That's children aged between 3 and 17, all across the UK. And we're there to put a smile on their face at quite a difficult time in their lives. So I work for Make-A-Wish. I'm one of the regional fundraisers, but I actually had a wish myself when I was 15.
Wow, you were 15?
So, yes. Yeah.
Oh wow, can I ask what your wish was?
You can indeed. I went on a cruise.
A cruise?
A Mediterranean cruise, yes.
And that's what you want to do with your family? You all went on a fabulous holiday on a cruise?
Yeah. So
I love a cruise.
It was beautiful.
Where did you go?
We went around the Mediterranean. We went to Ibiza and Sardinia. It was beautiful.
Lovely.
But for us, it was just so important after, you know, I was diagnosed with leukemia.
Right.
I had about 10 months of intensive treatment. So
did you go after this treatment?
Yeah, so once I was in remission, I was referred for a wish by one of my nurses. And for us, I mean, I don't know if you've been in a situation where somebody has to spend a lot of time in hospital, but you know, Mum and Dad were trying to be with me, but also be with my sister at home, and we just fell apart a little bit.
Yeah. And it's about making those memories and getting that time back as a family,
exactly,
isn't it?
Exactly. For me, it was very much about what can we do together now to put us back right.
Well, cruise is perfect because you can't get away from each other.
I didn't ask for a cruise. I said, can we have a holiday? And I said, my dad's terrified of planes, so it'll probably have to be somewhere in the UK.
Right.
And then Make-A-Wish called us up a few days later and said, well, how about a cruise? So yeah. It was
and how then, from then, has your association kept in touch with Make-A-Wish? Because you're now working for them.
Yes, so a few years after having my wish, I wanted to do something, give something back, and I became a volunteer wish granter.
Yeah.
So I'd go out and visit the children, ask
like
them what their
wish fairy.
Yeah, yes. I'm going to change this. So
I'll let you have that one.
Wish
somebody
fairy.
else will let you have that one.
Yeah. I became a volunteer wish fairy, and I would go visit the children, ask them what their one true wish is. Through that, I met a lot of children that used a hospice close to me up in Stoke, and I started volunteering for them and fundraising and got a job there.
Yeah.
All the time, Make-A-Wish was always the dream job. Just purely because, you know, that wish for us, it was the thing that made us who we were.
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
So when the time came that a job was available with Make-A-Wish, I applied for it and then
you got the job.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful, and how wonderful for you to give back what they gave to you, but also be loving what you're doing, granting wishes for other children and their families.
It is definitely the best job in the world. I still volunteer, so I volunteer as a wish fairy still.
Yeah.
I go out and meet the children. I do at least one a week. So yeah, that to me is really important for me to do my job and tell people why we need to raise the money and why we need to keep doing this. You know, a lot of people think that a wish is just a nice thing to have, and I know firsthand that that's not the case.
It makes all the difference, doesn't it? All the difference to not just the child, to that family as well. No matter how, whether the child be critical or be in remission or unfortunately not going to get better, it's all about making family memories and making special times for the family. It's so wonderful, and I'm hoping that quite a few families will be coming along to see Big in September.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope
it would be great to see them all.
For us, from a Make-A-Wish point of view, you know, we have partnerships with different people. Big is a fantastic partnership for us to have because we are so, you know, aligned with that sort of thing. You know, our wish granters go on special training to be able to think like children. You know, and when this is an iconic.
I think you're right, the train. That's what they have to do. Is put the child back in them and go, what would I love? Exactly. What would make it a little bit better at the moment?
Exactly.
If I had.
And Big, you know, the film itself, and obviously what you guys will do in the musical is you're taking that, you know, he's a grown up, but he really embraces his
still the child eyes, isn't it, and looking through it all, and that whole thing of making the wish and it all coming true, and it is magical.
Yeah,
absolutely magical.
And they don't stop. So I've spent some time working with the wish granters at head office, just really to see what they do. You know, I see the beginning bit and then we see the pictures of the wish, and it's like what happens in the middle, and they genuinely do. They sit there and they don't just think, well, they've asked for this. they look and they think, why do they want this wish?
And what then can we add around the outsides of it and just make it an even more special day?
It's so tailored for the child, and then the family gets so much out of it. Like you say, not every child is lucky enough, you know, to be in my position where 20 years later they're chatting about it.
But I have personally met parents of those children who unfortunately have passed away, and all they have are wonderful memories, and it just, nothing can replace their child obviously, but it just makes it looking back a little bit easier.
Instead of looking back and thinking about those days in hospital or those worst days, they look back and they think about those happy times on all the different experiences they've had.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I'm so pleased that you got your wish. You got your wish, and then you got your wish of working as well, which is absolutely brilliant, and looking forward to seeing everybody when they come and see Big in September.
Thank you for the support.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for chatting, Nikki. It really has been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to see you at Big. I know you're going to have a brilliant time. And don't forget, every ticket you buy to come and see Big the Musical at the Dominion in September, £1 of that ticket goes straight towards Make-A-Wish, to make wonderful wishes come true for lovely children, beautiful children, just like wishes came true for Nikki. So we'll see you there.